looked up at the night sky and wondered what was up there? I mean, I know I have. I do it all the time. Every time I see a vast mountain range, a large formation of clouds over the head, or the moon shining brightly in the sky, I sit there and I wonder. This is Earth as it was on March 9th, 2025. That is us. All 8.2 billion of us right there on that bright blue marble. That is all of human history. Everyone that has ever been up until this point lived right there. Now, to begin, I would like to preface with the fact that our brains are a powerful thing. It's how we were able to use fire to our advantage, build tools and structures. It's how we're able to build vast skyscrapers and cities and AI. It's how we're able to develop theories like relativity and space-time. Our brains are so powerful, all while taking the form of tapioca pudding and running on less electricity than it takes to charge a laptop. Understand how powerful our brains are now? Good, throw it all away, because literally none of that means anything compared to the sheer vastness of the universe. The universe is big. So big that our brains can't understand how big it is. For instance, if I were to tell you that our galaxy is 100,000 light years across, you probably just think, wow, that's pretty big. And if I were to convert that to 1 quintillion kilometers, which is a 1 with 18 zeros after it, you probably just think, wow, that's a lot of zeros. To give a better sense of scale, if our planet was the size of the dot on a lowercase I in a book, our galaxy would be the size of the physical planet we're standing on. That numbers don't do justice to the scale of the cosmos. But, galaxies are supposed to be big. What about something that's smaller, like asteroids? Those tiny rocks floating in space that the news say might kill us one day. Those have to be small, right? Most asteroids are able to loom over skyscrapers. Others overshadow entire cities. And those are just asteroids. That's not even taking into consideration planets, or the distance between planets, or how big our solar system is, or what a behemoth our sun is. And our sun is actually pretty averagely sized compared to some stars in our galaxy. The biggest star in our galaxy, UI-Scuti, is able to hold 5 million suns, or 7 trillion Jupiters inside of it. Again, you probably just thought, wow, that's pretty big. So to give a better sense of scale, if UI-Scuti was about the size of a yoga ball, our sun would be about the size of a pebble. I know, right? And despite being so massive, it is still minuscule compared to the sheer vastness of our galaxy. Everything from clusters of these stars to swirling nebula to ravenous black holes all reside within its spiraled arms. And what about our galaxy? If the entire observable universe, as we know it, was the size of our planet, our galaxy would probably range from the size of a pebble to a grain of sand. Remember, this is the same galaxy that was previously gargantuan compared to our planet. And that's just the observable universe, too. There is so much out there that we just can't see. Why can't we see it, you might ask? It's because the universe is growing faster than the speed of light. Entire galaxies are out there that we just can't see because the light they emit is moving too slow for it to reach us. It kind of puts everything into perspective, doesn't it? I mean, the universe is big, stretching for infinity, that kind of renders everything pointless, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. Things that seemed to matter before seem kind of meaningless now. Things like war, greed, bigotry are fleeting in the face of the vast cosmos. One day, our sun, a couple billion years from now, is going to expand farther than our planet's orbit, engulfing our planet and all traces of human history in fire and plasma. There'll be no one left to remember our names or our stories. It'll be like we never existed at all. We are stuck on this tiny pebble. Hell, even if we were able to get off our planet and colonize the rest of our solar system, that is still just our solar system. The nearest stellar system is about 4.25 light years away. That means it takes light, the fastest thing in the universe, a little over 4 Earth years to travel between the two. And since traveling at the speed of light is next to impossible, imagine how long normal space travel would take. And that's just the nearest stellar system. Nearest galaxy? Forget about it. It would take 2.5 million years to travel from our galaxy to the nearest galaxy if we were traveling at the speed of light, which I would like to remind everyone is the speed limit of the universe. For all intents and purposes, we are stuck to gear, floating on this tiny speck in a vast ocean. So why are we fighting over it? What's the point? We're all humans, aren't we? We're all passengers on spaceship Earth. Why are we fighting over which part of the speck belongs to who? It's a waste. But I can also see why all this might be a bit scary. If the universe is big enough to make war look pointless, what does that make us? Do we even matter? I suppose this is the part of speech where you want me to tell you it does matter, and that everything you do does make a difference, but no. In the vast scheme of things, we don't matter. But why is that a bad thing? I see this nihilistic point of view as a way to embrace one's freedoms, find optimism through nihilism, if you will. Think about it. The universe is big, so big that the entirety of human history could go by and it wouldn't have affected anything. So why should we spend our days worrying about it? The way I see it, if the universe doesn't care about us, why should we care about the universe? People have dedicated their entire lives trying to find the meaning of life. Some have found it through gospel and sharing the word of God. Others have found it through the study of philosophy, literally thinking about thinking. All of these very noble, honorable endeavors. But have you noticed the thing in common? They all chose these paths. It wasn't set in stone. It wasn't given to them at birth. They chose to do these things with their lives. And that's what the meaning of life is. It's whatever you want it to be. The meaning of life is to live it. There's no grand purpose for everyone or set meaning. Meaning of life is whatever you want it to be. The scale of the universe is how we understand that the meaning of life is that there is no set meaning. We're human. We get to make our own meaning. We get to stare down the vast indifference of the universe and say, I defy you. Do you understand me now? Do you understand the ramblings of this madman? The universe is big, so big that literally nothing we do affects it. The stars won't care. The planets won't care. The galaxies themselves will not care. So why should you? We can fight all we want over who we're allowed to love, what we're allowed to identify as. It won't affect anyone but ourselves. It's not the stars whose families are getting ripped apart. It's not the planets whose livelihoods are getting ruined. It's ours. So when you go try to find your meaning, why not make it something good? Speak out against indifference. Help your friend through something they're going through. Help your friend with a project. Bake cookies for your mom. Do something nice. Because at the end of the day, it won't matter. In fact, if you take anything away from this speech, anything at all, it's that nothing matters. Not your grades, not your school, not your money, not your looks, not your friends, not you, nothing. At least on a cosmic scale. But your friends still matter to you. You still matter to your loved ones and your parents. You still matter to people. People still matter to you. And that is what truly matters. Thank you.